Shalom. Want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Waha Kadash. Hey, double honors for the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutation for the whole Flag Akion that's pushing this work. This brother Taza Doc from the GMS Los Angeles camp coming back to you with another video. Call it the Easter egg special. And I was driving to work. No, I was driving to go to the gym. And I seen drone because the gym is right across from a huge church. And there was like thousands of people over there, man, just holding up traffic. I'm trying to get to the gym and get my workout on, man. I don't want to see this. But these are the countless drones, mostly Israelites, mostly from the northern tribes, and drones, like an assembly line, going to these churches to hear their daily sermon and service, because this is the so-called rising the return of Christ. Okay, the Christ is risen, man. So they are basically worshiping the rise of the sun. It's called sun worship. Okay, so let's get with the scriptures real quick. For what I saw, they're in drones entering this brick house. Okay, this is Jeremiah the 5th chapter. Jeremiah the 5th chapter, right, verse 7, right, and it reads, "How shall I pardon thee for this?" There's a question. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me. So why did the Lord say that? How should I pardon them? That thy children forsake thee. So thy children is the children of Israel, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and similar Indians. All right? And the Lord said, how should I pardon you for this? Because what you're doing right now, going to these churches, is a sin. I'm going to explain to you, so hold on. So let's read Jeremiah 5, verse 7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. There goes your answer. When I have fed them the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in harlot houses. So what you saw on the beginning part of the video, right? You seen drones of people and assemble themselves like an assembly line going to these harlot houses. Okay? That's what the Lord Yahweh sees you people doing. You're going in drones like an assembly line and assemble yourselves in harlot houses. Okay? See, y'all over here worshiping Easter, and there's no such thing as that. What you're doing is worshiping Ishtar, all right? The god of fertility, the goddess of fertility, all right? Y'all over here having an Easter egg hunt has nothing to do with the Bible or the scriptures. So people gonna say, oh, it's for the kids. You shouldn't be like that. So you can't use that as an excuse, man. You're supposed to teach your kids while they're young, okay? You gotta train up a child while they're young, because this is all nothing but folly. So when I read the scripture, y'all committing adultery, what does it mean by that? All right? You're basically worshiping another God, and this will make the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, jealous. He is a jealous power. So this is what I mean by y'all committing adultery. It's like the father is your main man, and you having an affair with another guy. That's how he sees it. All right? Because what's the number one commandment out of the commandments? Thou shalt not worship no other gods before me. And that commandment still sticks to this day. So let's get to the book of Acts, the 17th chapter. Okay? Let's go to the book of Acts, the New Testament, the 17th chapter, verse 24. All right? And it reads right here. All right? This destroys you going to these churches, man. All right? The Lord does not dwell in these harlot houses that you'll go to. All right? He does not dwell in no church. All right? Acts 17, verse 24. The Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is the Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. There goes your answers, right? The Lord does not dwell in these churches at all. So if you want to see a real church, it's about the men of great millstone, the pillars that's teaching in the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that are outside of the elements. All right, that's why it's called ecclesia, like the game Castlevania. The order of ecclesia, meaning the order of the church. Ecclesia means to call out. You have to be outside, okay, not inside in these whorehouses. Okay, that's what's rolling. So what you saw there in that video is another example of Matthew the 7th chapter, verse 13. Let's get to that. I like to go straight to the point. That's just me, you know. And I'm gonna read some of this stuff over here about Ishtar. Okay, it says after Constantine decided to Christianize the empire, Easter was changed to represent so-called Jesus, but the root of Easter, which is how you pronounce Ishtar, is all about celebrating fertility and sex. That's what you're out there in drones. Okay, you're not worshiping who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, you worshiping another god, a goddess. That's what you're doing. All right, so let's go to Matthew 7, the chapter. Matthew the 7th chapter. I'm gonna go to verse 13. All right. It says, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way. So what you saw, a clear illustration and video of mass drones out there, zombies, lining up in drones to enter or leave the church, all right? Like an assembly line. That's the broad way. That's the wide is the gate. Now let me keep reading. That leadeth to destruction. That leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in there at. I gave you the example right there. Many there be which go in there at. All right? Because straight is the gate. Straight doesn't mean straight line. It's talking about a path of difficulty. All right? Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And who's that few that be find it? It's talking about the elect. That's what it's talking about. Okay? All you idiots out there, you're not worshiping Yahweh Shai. Because the true worshipers worship Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? You worship Jesus. That's who you worship. You're worshiping another God. Okay? You're worshiping Ishtar. You're worshiping another God. And you're breaking the first commandment. Thou shalt not worship other gods before me. Plain and simple. So you're already in error. Okay? And on top of that, the Lord despises and hates this feast day. He hates it. Because it has nothing to do with the scriptures. Nothing at all, man. It's all nothing but folly and vanity, man. Okay? So let's get another scripture real quick. For we know what we worship. All right, let me see, get that. I think that's John, the 4th chapter. Or the 15th, I believe. So bear with me on this one. Let's get to it. This is, let me go to John 4th chapter, verse 22. I was right. All right. And it reads, let's go to verse 21. Yahweh Shai said unto her, woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Verse 22. Ye worship, you know not what. That's the thing. That's what's going on right now. These churches, they got that big Easter celebration. They don't know what they worshiping. What they worshiping right now is a goddess named Ishtar, combined with other gods, man. Okay, combined with the sun god Ra, because that's why you're out there Sunday morning in that Sunday sunrise service. All right, verse 22. Ye worship, you know not what. We know what we worship, for the salvation is of the Jews. Who's the Jews? According to the Bible, You so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. All right, and the children of Israel are you so-called Latino, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, y'all make up the northern tribe of Israel, and the southern tribe is the kingdom of Judea. Okay, this is what I mean by Jews, Judea. All right, that consists of you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. For you to get an understanding. Okay, but the hour cometh, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. This is why I'm making this video. It's all about truth, man. It's not about your feelings and try to demonstrate your own righteousness. That's not what it's about. It's about what the scriptures say. Let's read John 4:23. But the hour cometh, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. And the true worshipers are the men that's teaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with no gimmicks and no schisms. Okay? That's speaking in one voice, speaking in one line. Okay? Speaking the same thing. Those are the true worshipers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So let's get another scripture. This is Amos. Let's go to the Old Testament. All right. We go to the book of the prophets. All right. So this is Amos, the 5th chapter, verse 21. For brothers to know, or sisters, the track that was playing in the beginning is called Bury the Light. All right. For you gamers out there, you should know who that is. All right. It's called Bury the Light. And this is what the world is trying to do. They're trying to bury the light of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but it's impossible because the Lord always reserved his elect. All right. So it's impossible to dodge the light, man. All right. This is Amos, the 5th chapter, verse 21. I despise your feast days. Let's repeat that again. I hate, yes, the Lord hates. I'm reading it to you. It's not me. It's what the scriptures say. Amos, the 5th chapter, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts, because right now they're having big breakfasts or lunch or dinners for this Easter Sunday. And guess what? The Lord's not going to accept none of your prayers over your fat beasts or your abominations. Right now, he wants to kill you people right now. Okay? But how he's going to do that is all through prophecy. It's called Jacob's Trouble, World War III, the chip, the charagma, the RFID-C hipper. Okay? Those prophecies still is going to take place. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard their peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. Right now, the Sunday Easter worship, they be playing some music, okay? They play all this music. The day the Lord has risen, this is the day of the Lord, all that BS, man, all folly. Now, I'll give you the NLT on this one, on Amos, the 5th chapter, verse 23. Away with your noisy hymns of praise. He don't want to hear you, okay? The Lord does not want to hear that. Away with your noisy hymns of praise. I will not listen to the music of your harps. All right. Instead, I want to see a mighty flood of justice, an endless river of righteous living. The Lord just want to see the righteous, and the only righteousness out there is the elect. Okay. All you people that's on those churches worshiping Easter Sunday, you're basically like a whore visiting your pimp. You're basically massing yourselves and assembling yourselves like a bunch of whores or prostitutes that's going to your daddy house, man. That's what's going on. Okay? And you know what? I'm not going to apologize what I say. Okay? This is what the scripture's saying. It's through the spirit. That's what's rolling, all right? So you people out there are worshiping Ishtar, the goddess of fertility and sex. That's what's rolling. And through those drones of people that I saw, I took a little quick video of it. There was some chicks out there with mini skirts, man. looking like a bunch of whores, man. All right? Come on, man. This shit is a joke, man. That's why the Lord hates your feast days. You know, that's what, hey, let's go to the NLT on that. All right, there's more. I hate all your show and pretense, the hypocrisy of your religious festivals and solemn assemblies. Why is it a hypocrisy? Because it has nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing to do with it at all. So, you know, I hope your brother and sister were edified. Okay, so I just want to do a quick video on that. When I saw those drones, those zombies out there, you know, looking like a assembly line heading to the damn church, man, getting in my way of my workout. But anyway, to then, another video. Shalom.